to do with price, it has to do with being recognizable.
Luxury traditionally is more, or was seen as more something to set yourself apart from others. In Korea it's often not really doing that, it's more belonging to something. So you get the same handbag like everybody else, so you get the same whatever brand it may be.
It's more of an inclusion than an exclusion, right?
Yeah.
Like you've got to buy these things to kind of fit inside the luxury group.
Traditionally, yes.
Here it seems very important for many people to have certain items simply because of the brand.
To become, I guess, more aware of that, is it hard for the average person to do that?
Probably is not too easy, yes, because you have to, it always, if in any society, if you step out of line, that takes courage.
Yeah.
And in Korea, we have a society where stepping out of line hasn't been practiced for thousands of years.
Most of the big brand name luxury products are not really that luxury. They're not particularly rare. They're just expensive. You're not really financing the product most of the times. What you're financing is a huge margin that you don't even want to know as a customer.
Redo decided to take a different approach when he opened Zimmermann & Kim. Instead of focusing on brand names, he concentrated on quality. At his shop, we found a discriminating selection of men's shoes, each pair thoughtfully handcrafted by artisans in Europe.
It came from the idea that we wanted to bring really high-end men's shoes to Korea, because there just wasn't a big offering when we started first looking, and then even before we opened the shop we found, you know, a lot of what we think are the best companies in Europe to make men's shoes are not yet in Korea.
So these are pretty much handmade, just like...
Yes, so these shoes are fully handmade.
Oh my goodness.
Not that many shoe companies do that either, right? The hand welting or even welting the shoes.
No.
These days it's a small
mostly
percentage.
Glued. I mean, the one problem is always this term handmade. Sure. You know, most shoes are mostly handmade. Even your cheap China manufactured sneakers are largely handmade, but obviously it doesn't mean the same thing that you expect in this kind of context.
Now, did you know a lot about shoes before you started this, or was this like a personal hobby or interest that blossomed?
It was just a personal hobby, yeah. At some point, I have an episode going back very early with my father when I was maybe that tall, and recognizing his shoes. My father is a lawyer, and so for professional reasons he's